And we are live. We are
Nice.
live. We are back. Well, it's first time, but we find we're supposed to do this how many weeks ago? Like a month ago?
Like a month ago.
Yeah. And so now we're actually doing it. It is late night with Suge and Amber. We got a lot to talk about. You guys get to meet my new co-host, talk to her about some things, get to talk about books, something I've not been interested in because if you know me, I can't read. So it's gonna be a good night. Let's get it started.
Live from LA like the Lakers with a late show. Home of the Dodgers where the palm trees grow. Feeling like Ben Roethlisberger when he went pro. With my stellar fans and everybody let's go. Magic ain't a gathering for the ones that don't know. Late night with Suge, y'all turn into the show.
What is going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great night. Happy Friday. We made it through the week. We are here. The weekend's here. We get to relax. Some of us do. Some of us has to work still, but it is what it is. What is going on, Miss Amber? How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. Kid free, so get to relax and sleep in tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it.
There you go. It's always a good thing when you are kid free.
Yes.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not
It's
great.
it's bittersweet.
Very much
You know.
bittersweet. Very much bittersweet. Let's see who's in the chat. Always, Mr. J. What's going on, Jay? Hope you're having a great night. Hope the kids are feeling better. I know they were sick the other night, so I hope they're feeling better. D Weezy's in the house. It's back like old man gamers. I mean, always remember
Says
that
Old Man Gamers is back.
old man gamers is always back. Remember that. Don't ever forget it.
Mm.
Jose, what's going on, Mr. LBHT, the man himself with his brother Rodney, my good friend. How you doing tonight? Hope you're having a great night. I'm glad you made it. Hope you're having a great weekend. Other than Sunday, because I hope Sunday's bad for you. If you don't know, then make sure to check out LBHT because you will know. Jeremy Miller, what's going on? Always a pleasure. Hope you're having a good night. Thank you for being here. Jay said, "Kid free must be
It
nice."
must be nice. I mean, I love my babies. Like, they're my everything. But it is nice not to hear mom every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, my kids they go to their moms on the weekend, so it is nice. I mean, I don't mind hearing dad, but the thing that always gets me is, can I get a snack? Can I watch TV? Can I go outside and play? Can I go to my friend's house? Can I get on my phone? Can I have my tablet? Can I do that? And it's like, God, did I ask my parents this kind of stuff? Well, we didn't have tablets because I'm from the
Yeah.
ice ages, but it's like
Whatever.
God, like they just every 5 minutes asking for something. That's the truth. It is the truth.
I mean, I don't
Um,
know, like, I have my girls ask for everything. Like, I'm never gonna tell them no unless it's like, "Oh, can I have a snack? I'm gonna cook dinner in, like, an hour." But it's just I don't know, I think it's a good, like, manners,
yo, it's definitely good manners, but
you know?
it's funny that kids always will ask for a snack right when you're making dinner. Like
Oh,
they're
yeah.
looking at you while you're making dinner, and they're like, "Can I get a snack?" And you're like,
No.
"Dinner's give me like 10 more minutes, dinner, but I want a
Yep.
snack.
Yeah.
We're about to eat, but I want a snack." You're like, "Good,
Yeah.
I just want to RKO you out of nowhere." Can I have my
Yeah.
Game Boy, my PS1? Can I come inside? Yeah, that was us. That was us growing me, especially me growing up. It was like, can I come back inside? Like, but I think like probably after seventh grade, I didn't have to be told to go outside. Like I left. I was like, all right, I'm going to hang out with my friends, going to the mall or going to play sports or whatever. But like now kids are just they want to play their game. They want to play on their PS4s or they want to be on their tablet or their phone or
Yeah.
their Xboxes or their Switches. I mean,
I
I'm not I do the same thing, but I'm 40.
We're just
so
big kids ourselves.
we're just big kids ourselves now.
Yeah. My childhood was way different though. So it's like I wasn't outside playing with my friends, doing all that stuff. Like I had to ask, like, can I go outside?
Yeah,
So
some
it was
some
very
yeah,
different.
some people just they grew up different. I remember being probably in the third grade and would be at the park all day down the street from my house. I would walk to the park, be there all day with my friends till about 6 or 7, and then come home. My mom would be getting home from work, and then we eat dinner and go to bed. And if I was school year, I was going to school, maybe not staying out as late, but if it was during the summer, all I remember is being at the park all summer and playing sports, playing football, playing baseball, playing tag,
Yeah.
playing caroms, playing got capture the flag, water balloons, and they didn't charge people back then to you to do that stuff. Like you just showed up, and as long as you didn't act like a knucklehead, they let you stay there all you want. But I used to get in trouble all the time.
Your
So
childhood was way different than mine. Like
I
way different.
grew up early '90s. Yeah, early '90s.
I was born in 90.
Thank you. Thank you for making me feel old. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm just
Being locked out on purpose. 15 years, right? What up, Brandon Buck? Hope you're having a great night. Appreciate you being here. I know it's a little late, you guys. It is 8:45 on the West Coast, so it's early for us, but it's about 11:45 for you East Coast. We are gonna go earlier next time. It's just tonight. That's just how it happened. But we're gonna try to do it earlier, probably 7 p.m. Pacific time, 7:30. So it'll be a little earlier, so that way it's not too late for you guys being up so late. But you know, Amber, this is your first podcast. We've been trying, like I said in the beginning, we've been trying to do this for like a month, but we've been
Yep.
busy. I got sick. I was out of town. Yeah, your matter of fact, your birthday was last week. Happy birthday.
Thank
You
you.
are 21, 22.
Oh, yeah. I wish.
Well, you never ask a lady how old she is, but yeah, your birthday was last week. So happy birthday to you. So we obviously
Thank you.
last week. So we finally were able to do it. We start tonight. We're gonna kind of work out a schedule, be more consistent. I think it's one of the issues as being a content creator is being consistent. Like you stream on Twitch, and I stream on Twitch, and it's like I'll go months without streaming, and then
Right.
stream like 3 days in a row. Then I'll just stop. Then 3 days in a row, and then stop. Like it's so inconsistent, and I think that's one of the problems that we we content creators have is being disciplined and sticking to it.
Yeah,
How long have you
definitely
been
is.
doing Twitch?
I've had a Twitch account for a while. Um, but I go on like hiatuses and like I'll come back and I'll stream like consistently and then I'll just stop for like months. So
Yeah, yeah, I am the same way. Jose says it's very much past my bedtime. I am sorry, Jose. We are going to do a little earlier for you. I know I haven't seen Brodney here, so that means he's asleep, which is good because he needs to get some rest because he's working hard. Jose says happy birthday.
thank
Appreciate it.
you.
Out of town, aka drunk in Vegas. I was very much drunk in
Yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Going to Vegas is more than just an out of town. It would every time I've gone to Vegas, I always go like Friday, like leave early Friday, get there Friday afternoon, Friday night, stay Saturday, leave Sunday late or Sunday afternoon. So I never get a full like Saturday is my only day in Vegas. Being in Vegas for 5 days was crazy because we showed up Thursday. I ended up staying out till 7 in the morning on Friday. Then I still had all day Friday. I had all day Saturday. I had all day Sunday. And then Monday we were leaving. We left at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So it was like, wait a minute, when do we leave again? Monday? Okay. And so it felt long, but it felt short. Like I felt like I did nothing other than eat and drink. That's all I felt like I did the whole time I was in Vegas. Like eat
I
and
mean,
drink. All I did.
what's wrong with that? Like those are like the two best things.
like I wanted to go, there's a couple things I wanted to go see. I wanted to go see
Oh.
a comedy show. I didn't get to do that. I didn't the strip where I wanted to go on the strip is being worked on because they're gonna have the big race. I don't know if it's Formula One. Someone can correct me, but they're building because all of Las Vegas Boulevard is gonna be shut down, and that's where they're gonna race.
Oh
So they're
wow.
building all this stuff, and then they're building on the other side of the main street, where they're gonna have where you can sit and watch and everything like that. So traffic is miserable. Like just to get to the strip to one of the hotels where we were trying to go to get tickets for something, it was a good 25 minutes just driving there, and on GPS it was a 10-minute drive, and it took us 25 minutes just to get into the hotel. So
Wow.
it's the traffic and everything is not good at all. So oh, there it is. Yeah, Formula One racing. That's what they're
Racing,
doing.
gotcha.
So they're setting all that up, and then obviously this year the Super Bowl is going to be there. So they're
Hmm.
renovating a lot of the older hotels, streets, shops. A lot. I don't know if you've been to Vegas. I don't think you've been to Vegas, right?
I've
You've been to
never been to
Vegas.
Vegas.
You've never been to Vegas, so I can't. It's like I don't know why I said, "Well, have you been to Vegas?" Um, there used to be this part of Vegas on the Strip, and we used to call it like the ghetto stores because it was like the merchant, like the ghetto merchandise and everything like that, or like those shirts that
Uh,
said "I survived Vegas" or stuff like that. Well, they've
gotcha.
closed all that down. It's empty, and so it looks like they're building something there. Don't know what they're building, but they're redoing all that stuff. So Vegas is actually going to be pretty. It's nice, but it's going to be really nice by the time Super Bowl rolls around. I would
Yeah.
hate to live in Vegas during Super Bowl because it's going to be packed for like 2 weeks. It's going to be nuts in Vegas. So shout out
Right.
to everybody that lives in Vegas. It's going to be crazy. But going back, you've been doing Twitch, you've been streaming. Any
Hmm.
other kind of content that you've done other than Twitch and streaming on Twitch? I know you used to do a podcast before.
Yeah. I mean, I started up one with my sister. But just scheduling was hard. She has two very young kids, and then she was also at the time pregnant with her third kid, so it just didn't work out, but it was fun having someone to talk to, especially being like stay-at-home mom, interaction isn't plentiful, so it's nice to have a reason to interact with people.
Right? I actually have adult conversations. There he is, Mr.
Yes.
Brodney. He is awake.
What's
He is alive. How are you doing tonight? Hope you're having a great night. I know you're working hard. They're working you over there like a madman. So hope you're doing well. Hope you get to enjoy your weekend off. Yeah, I've been doing. I started off a podcast with a couple guys named Ferris and Justin. We started a channel, built that up. It was covering the Schmodown. If people don't know what the Schmodown is, it was a trivia league that we liked because it was kind of like wrestling, but with movie trivia. Um, Ronnie's back like old man gamers.
Oh gosh.
Amazing. I just beat Starfield. Bronny
Wow.
will play games and beat them. And I'm like, how do you beat the game? Like, I have played Skyrim probably 10 times and I've never beat the game because I start
Same.
doing other shit. I start
Yep.
doing some other crap. And we'll talk about gaming in a minute, but um
Mm.
kind of just going back to streaming and things like that.
Yeah.
Uh so I created a channel with these two guys, ended up going to another channel called Real Spin from the Real, covering the Schmodown more, and then started doing my I have because I've always had my own channel, but I never did anything on it. Did Twitch for a while, became affiliated. More did Twitch because I just enjoyed playing video games. But
Mhm.
when you're just sitting there playing video games by yourself, it's like I want to talk to somebody about this. Like I
Yeah.
think this whatever I'm doing is dumb or I screw up. Like because we play Fortnite together a lot. Half the
Yep.
time I'm cussing myself out because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm falling or I run into something or I'm not paying attention or something like that.
Can't hit her
It's
shots.
can't hit her. I can't hit my shot. Usually you hit your shot. I can't. But you want to have someone to talk to and things like that. And So that's why I kind of started doing Twitch, and I enjoy doing it. It's one of the roughest, most like weirdest kind of content to create because you can sit there and stream every day, and you'll get the one or two people that you're friends with that are inside your chat. But when you don't have a lot of people and you stream for a while, it kind of gets like frustrating. I don't know if you
Yeah.
felt like that. Like it gets a little frustrating because you're like, and especially if you're good at a game. If you're not good at a game, then people aren't gonna really want to watch you unless you have a really
Right.
good personality. Which is why probably nobody watches me because I don't have a personality and I suck at games.
Oh, whatever.
But but it's just one of those weird uh things about content creating, streaming video games. It's like you hope people are watching you, and then it's like you're trying to concentrate on the game, but you're also
Mhm.
trying to talk to somebody, talk to people in chat, have a conversation, keep a conversation. Because I know when I play
Right.
Magic, I just stop talking because I'm concentrating. And so when I stream Magic, I don't talk half the time unless someone's
Yeah.
actually saying something to me. So it's one of those weird things. And then I was doing this podcast, more or less just having people come on. But the thing I always felt I was missing was having, because if I couldn't get somebody on, I'd be sitting here by myself talking. And like you
Yeah.
said, having an interaction with somebody, you say something and they react to it is one of the like best kind of content you can do, because talking to yourself, like you can just have a conversation, but you can't really react to something you say. You just say it and whatever. But
Yeah.
you
It's
have
like
somebody there to.
you can bounce ideas off of, get reaction, like, and then topics just change and kind of like go off into other things, and it gives you more content than just following like bullet points of this is what I'm gonna talk about.
Exactly, exactly. And sometimes you go on a good conversation and you're like, okay, well, we were going to talk about all this stuff, but we're going to talk about this because it's a really good conversation. The chat's engaged
Right.
and things like that. By itself. Oh my God, it finally happened. I'll give Brandon credit. He was texting me yesterday and he was like, hey, you're supposed to be going live tonight at 8. Where are you? And I was like, oh no, I'm sorry, it was for the Ahsoka review. And I was like,
Oh,
no, I rescheduled it. And he was like, no, it's showing. So I had to go in there, and sure enough, I didn't reschedule it. So I had to
oh my
reschedule it.
gosh.
And he was like, I was like, thank you for telling me. So shout out to Brandon Bazel. He is always there, always keeping track of people's streams. I appreciate you, man. He supports everybody. So make sure to support him. He does
That's
food
awesome.
reviews. He does food reviews. He does a Ravens podcast with Big Reg and some other things. So make sure to check him out. We need a Starfield review on Old Man's Gamers. Absolutely. We absolutely need it because, like Ronnie
Because Old Man
said,
Gamers is back.
just saying,
Oh gosh.
there is so many lurkers, whether they are busy or shy. Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
true.
And I don't mind if people lurk. That doesn't bother me. Like if I'm streaming video games, I don't care if you lurk or if you say a couple things or whatever. I think the problem is especially when you're streaming, you can see who's in your chat. Half the time it's bots. I look at
Right.
my chat and there's 30 bots just sitting there. And you can tell they're
Yep.
bots because you click their profile and they're like, profile made yesterday. And you're like, yeah, that's a bot.
Yep.
Or classically, you got this. It's people trying to sell you to make your overlays and stuff like that. Like
Yep.
they'll come in and say, "Hey, what's up?" And you're like, "Oh, it's a real person." Hey, by the way, I sell overlays and stuff. Do you want me to do some work for you? And you're like, never mind.
Yeah.
Is that you just came to sell me something?
That's like half of my followers on Twitter. It's like all just like people follow me. I'm like, oh, cool. And then it's like, hey, I'm a graphic designer, blah, blah, blah. Check out my artwork. I'm just like, I'm broke. Like, no, I'm sorry, but no.
Right. I think I told you this. I had put out on Twitter. I was looking for an editor because I
Mhm.
wanted someone that can video edit things because I wanted to do watch alongs. And I've tried to learn how to do it. It is very hard because you got to do certain things, and so an editor would know how to do it. So I was like, okay. So I put out a tweet. I was like, can anybody video edit? Let me know. And da da da. I have over 300 messages in my Twitter that I have not even looked at, and they're not in my messages. They're in the message request or something
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. So I haven't, but by every once in a while I'll go look, and there's about 300 of them, and it's like, hey, I video edit. Hey, let me give me a chance. Hey, I do graphic design. Hit me up. And I'm just like, never again will I put that tweet out because I do
Yeah.
not want all these people hit me up. I just tortured Reg because I can, and it's fun. I wish YouTube had that option of seeing who's in your chat if they don't say anything. If that option was available, first off, we would realize there's a lot of weirdos out there.
Yeah.
Because God knows who's watching. Like, if you've ever been on StreamYard, Jeremy, there's a little eyeball in the left corner, and it can tell you how many people are watching. And if you actually click it, it'll tell you who's watching from where. So this many people are watching from Twitch. This many people are watching from YouTube. So if it told us like, yo, this is who's watching, you'd be like, oh, so that weirdo was in there again watching me. Cool. Or it could be an ex, or it could be a somebody you don't like, somebody that hates on you, just like coming in and just watching. Like could you imagine someone that doesn't like you, but they sat there for two hours watching you stream? Like, what's wrong with you? Like,
Oh
are
my
you
gosh.
okay?
There's people that would do that though. They would come every
Oh,
single
absolutely.
stream and watch like the whole thing, stay the whole time. And I'm just like, thanks for the view anyways.
Right? Like, thanks for the view, but why are you watching me? Like, you
Yeah.
hate me that much?
Right?
I need a cheap graphic logo designer. Do not put it out on Twitter. Go look at Fiverr. I know Rodney will say Fiverr is horrible, but that's where I got a lot of my stuff. Fiverr's cheap, it's affordable. But if not, if you're part of the LBHT creator Patreon, they have people that will help you with all that stuff. So, and I think you are, Brandon. So check that out. Yeah, see, there he goes. Fiverr, the worst. I like Fiverr. I don't know why you don't like it, Bronny. I mean, I just don't get it. Yeah, like half of Elon's followers are bots, like most accounts with millions. Yeah, people.
Yeah.
And like even TikTok, because today I was messing around on TikTok. I can stream from TikTok now from my computer. It wouldn't allow me before. Finally, now I can do it because I was seeing a bunch of people streaming video games. I was like, how? And I would click on their profile and they're like 2,000 followers. I'm like, how are they streaming? So I was like, wait a minute. So I have the app on my computer, but I hadn't checked it in a while. So I checked it, and sure enough, boom, it pops up. I went live today for a little bit while I was working, and it worked. And I was like, all right, cool. So I kind of set it up, mess with it, thinking about streaming when I stream on Twitch. And I know Bronny's gonna hate me when I say this. Getting a second cam so that way I can do Twitch and TikTok at the same time. And I was thinking about doing that, but that worked. But the thing is, like, even from my TikTok, maybe I want to say half my followers are real people, and I have 2,500, and the rest are like bots. And I can tell because it's like some girl from Norway, and then I get a message, "Would you like to marry me?" And I'm like, okay, like, what do you like? How much am I getting out of this? Like, if you just want a green card, I'm actually getting divorced on Monday. So if anybody needs a green card, let me know. I'll marry you. Give me some money. We'll divorce in 2 years, and there you go.
90 Day Fiance.
It's a great show. I do 90 Day Fiance. I used to make fun of my girl for watching that, and then I sat down and watched it with her one time, and I got lost in it. I was like, oh God, this is so good. Like some of them are bad, but some of them are really good. This one, it was a guy from Russia, and he would say, he was like, give me my vodka. I want my vodka. And I for like weeks I kept saying that. I was like,
oh my God.
It's as bad as like Jersey Shore. I mean, I went to school for video editing. Buck, you don't tell me these things. Thank you. I will what them rates look like, Buck.
Right?
Because they gave us a logo of a coffee cup with our sports shows. Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense though, Rodney. You lunch break hot take, like, but who drinks coffee for lunch other than this person right here?
Breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's always coffee time.
We had some bad experience with Fiverr, but I heard it's a little better now. Yeah, I mean, I've used Fiverr. The only bad experience I had is I had them make music for an LGR show that I was trying to do, and I still have it. The music was horrible because, and if you know about LGR, Ferris Madonna, who is Middle Eastern, I wanted Middle Eastern music mixed with rap, and what they gave me did not make it was not it.
Wow.
But I only paid $25 for it, so it wasn't that
Okay.
bad, but it was not good.
Right.
I'll actually have you download the music and actually have to play it because it's pretty funny. But it's like I was like I want Middle Eastern music with rap, what kind of rap music, and what the person
mean,
gave me was.
There's got to be
So
someone
you
that makes
got
like Middle Eastern rap.
no, actually, you don't need a TikTok stream key anymore. You used to, now you don't. It's an app on your computer studio. You start it up, and then it gives you options to add like your capture card, capture a monitor, capture. It does everything like almost like everything like OBS, just like a little less, not as hard to do because like OBS is pretty hard. This is easy.
Yeah.
It's simple. Well, you use StreamYard's OBS, right? Or Streamlabs OBS.
Streamlabs. Oh, yeah. Well, because
Yeah.
okay, when it comes to using like overlays and all that and all the complicated stuff, like I'm relatively new, so I was just like, oh, I heard that Streamlabs OBS was like more user friendly and like simpler, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna use that. So yeah.
Oh, it's definitely easier. It's just they stole OBS from
I didn't
them.
know that.
Yeah, and if people don't know, OBS Studios, it's a free software you can use to stream. You just get a stream key from like your Twitch or YouTube, put it in, and you stream from it. Well, Streamlabs is usually what you would use for like donations and stuff. They do overlays, all this stuff. Well, they decided, well, we're just gonna make a program that you can stream from too, and we're gonna call it Streamlabs OBS. Yet we're not going to tell OBS where it's taking it, and we're not going to give them any money for it. So
That's so
they
messed
just
up.
basically stole it. So a
That's
lot of
so
people
bad.
use OBS Studios. Yeah, a lot of people use OBS Studio. It's a lot harder to use, but you can do way more stuff with it. There's a lot of like cool
Yeah.
things you can do with it. But if you're new to streaming, like OBS, StreamYard's OBS is or Streamlabs OBS is just fine. Like
Yeah.
it is what it is.
I have regular OBS and I've tried to like, okay, I'm gonna switch over, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is so complicated. Like, I don't want to deal with it
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, I was actually talking to Jay yesterday,
Mhm.
and we were like, "Yo," he was asking me, he's like, "How do I, do this on OBS?" Because he just got his new setup for his computer because he's going to school, and he's like, "All right," instead of because he was using I believe what are those? Not like kind of like not the MacBook, and then not the Google one, but he knows
Like a
he'll tell the
Surface or
Pro.
something.
Yeah, the Surface, that's
Okay.
one. Yeah, he was using that, and he would always have issues like the camera would mess
Yeah.
up or whatever. But he's got it, and so he was telling me yesterday like how do I do OBS? Like how and I was like, all right, watch this video. It's like
Mhm.
building a sandwich. You got to pile things on. So he says it right here. He's on a journey to learning. Pen
Same.
and paper, writing down everything.
Yep.
So
Same.
I don't stream, but I would feel weird streaming on social media websites. I would probably stick to Twitch or YouTube. Well, this is on. I always stream onto Twitter. Some people watch, some people don't. I don't mind streaming on TikTok because with TikTok, with Twitch and TikTok and YouTube, TikTok you can be given gifts and
Mhm.
you can turn that into real money, or you can just turn around and flip them and give gifts out to other people when you go into their lives. Um, and that's how you kind of build a following on TikTok. There was other
Yeah.
websites that used to do that, other apps that used to do that before, and TikTok has now kind of adopted that. Like, oh, okay, we're gonna, you can go live. You have to have a certain amount of following, and you go live, and you can make money off it. People want to give you money, they'll give you money.
People make bank off of there. Like,
There's
it's
there's
insane.
people that make a living. Yeah, like I said earlier, if you have a personality and you're good at something, or you're just really good looking, you can make money off that stuff. So I'm screwed.
Damn.
3 ways to
Yeah,
hell. Yeah,
same.
I'm screwed. But there's people that,
Mm.
and you and me know this. There's people that actually made a living off of streaming live. Like they make
Yep.
a living. We were talking about this a couple months ago. It's actually supposed to be a topic, but it's kind of died down. The
Oh, yeah. AI.
what do they
Yeah.
call them? And
NBC
NPC.
Live. Yeah.
The MP
Yeah.
people doing the MPV stuff where you would walk in and they would just sit
NPC.
there. NPC. Jesus Christ, I can't talk. Where you would go into their live and they would just be sitting there like doing this, and then if you gifted them something, they would like react to that. And then like people,
Different
I was going,
roses and
yeah, they'd be like a rose would come and go, ooh, smells good, or they would do, this one. But I was going in one, and I got stuck. I watched that thing for 2 hours. Don't know why I did that, but the girl was like, if I get 3 galaxies, which are like, I don't know, like what,
1,000 or
I think it's more than
10,000, 10,000 coins or whatever.
Something like that. But they were like, if you give me 3 of these, I'll break character. And she would give them anytime I seen her live. She would get them every time.
There was this girl. She was the first one I ever saw do it, and this was like months before it even became a thing. And at first I was like, "What the heck is wrong with this girl?" And then I realized, like at the end of her stream, she would break character and like kind of explain what she was doing. And she would always be like, basically saying, if I reach this number of gifts, like, I promise I'll leave. But instead she's like, I promise I won't leave. And then people were like, you said you would leave. She's like, nope, keeps on going. It's just insane.
Yeah. The girl I was watching, I think she finally stopped. But the last time I went into her live, she was like, she's like, I made like in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I was making like averaging $2,500 a week.
That's insane.
That's crazy. And I'm like, you just sat there and did this.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if you don't look good, you ain't got a personality, you're screwed. You ain't making any money.
No. Those NPC ones don't even have a personality. They just look good. Let's be honest.
That is very true. Never heard of Middle Eastern rap, mainly just dancing, especially for Bollywood. Yeah, I was trying to get a mix and it just didn't work out. I'll have to find the song and it's mine because I bought it. But I'll have to find it on Fiverr. We'll talk some more tech stuff in a little bit. Mr. Rogue Pod, check him out. I think this Sunday, if I'm not correct me if I'm wrong, Hendo. Me and him will be doing a watch along for the Steelers Raven game. It's going to be torture because my Steelers are probably going to get their ass kicked, but hanging out with Hendo is always a pleasure. He's been one of the first people on late night with Suge Knight, so hopefully we get him back. That's another thing about what we're doing with this podcast is not just going to be me and Amber. We are going to bring guests on, different topics, different things. So it's really going to be fun to do this with her because she's going to bring a different kind of perspective. Obviously a woman, woman in gaming, sports. She loves sports. If you don't know, she's a Kansas City Chiefs fan. So she is happy about Taylor Swift.
Don't even go there. Don't even go there.
You're not a Swiftie?
Okay, no, don't get me wrong. Like early first 2-3 albums, I was all about Taylor Swift, And even now, her new albums, there'll be a song here and there that I like. Her any relation to the Chiefs? Nope, it needs to end. It needs to end.
Look at
should have never started.
This is where we go off topic. So, did you hear about people saying how Travis Kelce is using her to put her on the map? Put him on the map. That Travis Kelce is using Taylor Swift to be put on the map. I've
seen TikToks where like the boyfriends are like trying to get their girlfriend all riled up. And then she'll be like, she's putting Travis Kelce on the map. I'm just like, Travis Kelce's been on the map. Like
right. Two-time Super Bowl champ. No, there was actually a podcast, and this is why we should have done this earlier. I was going to clip it out because we were going to talk about it. It was 2 people doing a podcast, and they were talking, and they're big Swiftie fans. I think they run her fan club, things like that. And they're like, I am so tired of them. The only reason that him and his brother are getting publicity is because of Taylor Swift and And you're like, wait a minute. Both these guys are Super Bowl champs.
Yeah.
Both of them do a podcast that's like one of the best podcasts out there. What, like, really? You really gonna go with this?
The thing that pisses me off is, okay, now his jerseys are like the top 5 selling jerseys. Prices are gonna go up. ticket prices to the games have gone up, and I'm just like, I wanted a Kelsey jersey for so long, and I'm just like, no, because everyone's gonna think, oh, she's a girl, she's wearing a Kelsey jersey, she's a Swiftie. So
Right. Oh yeah, she's a woman, so she's only wearing it because of Taylor Swift. Yeah.
yeah.
Not not Mr. 1,000-yard seasons in a row and 2 Super Bowl champs. Yeah. Nope. Using Taylor Swift for clout. What's going on? He said, I went to one of the channel that said COD Girl Gamer. When I went to the channel, the girl kept dropping her controller, then bending over to pick it up and got tons of stream donations.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And you get the girls like
to be fair, we got donated $400 for me to wear purple stretchies. Okay. So I'm not saying I'm proud of it, but I did make money wearing purple stretchies. So, and I'll do it again if people want to donate.
We're gonna set like a goal, like, okay, if we hit this much, Suge's gonna do something ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
hell?
Oh yeah. Ask Paris about it. I think the video's still out there. Yeah, I wore these tight, and we ordered them, and I wasn't gonna get them tight. I was just gonna get them to fit, but they're bright purple LGR. Let's get ready stretchies, and the only size they had was extra large. And let me tell you something. I need like at least a 3X to be comfortable, but I put them on. The site was not nice. They barely covered. They barely got up my hips. Let me just tell you that. But the video's out there. But I'll do it again if we get enough. I'll do it again. Shout out to Compton EMT. Appreciate 11 months subscribed on Twitch in a row. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a great night. I like Travis Kelce. If anyone who I didn't like, I would be more annoyed. Yeah, Travis Kelce. I mean, he knows.
Real quick, you just butchered that sentence. I just wanted to know.
What did I say? I like Travis Kelce. If it's someone who I didn't like, I would be more annoyed.
You said anyone, but anyways, I'm more annoyed because I do like Kelsey. Like, let it be someone who I don't like, and then I won't care who Taylor Swift dates. But because I like Kelsey, I don't want her.
They're probably going to get married.
I can't stand
you. There's no comment big enough. Sorry. All right. So yeah, we started off on a tangent already.
Yeah, we did. Oops.
It's okay. Oh well. But we were talking about earlier. You are a parent.
Yep.
You are a parent of 2 daughters. I am a parent. I am a parent of 3 boys, 1 daughter. But I wanted to talk about being a parent of daughters because I think it's been a bigger adjustment for me because I raised 3 boys. And I think I want to get your perspective. I mean, you haven't had a boy yet, so
no, but I have nephews, so
okay, you have nephews. Okay, so what's like for you the difference between raising a boy and a girl, or what's one of the challenges that you would think?
You know what? People, I don't know. I always hear it's like, oh yeah, boys are like so much harder because they're rougher and this and that, and it's just like, I really think it has to do with more on how you raise your kids. Like, my girls aren't all princess and Barbies and all that. They're like out there in the dirt, like doing like crazy stuff, going in freaking on ATVs and like side by sides with my stepdad and fighting and wrestling. And so I think it's more about how they're raised than anything. And also every kid's different. My oldest she doesn't want anything pink or purple. It's like black shirts that are band tees. And my youngest is like, I want to wear a dress and be a pretty princess. So
yeah, I think for me, like my daughter goes back and forth. Like sometimes she wants to be real tomboyish, but then there's other times she wants to paint her nails, or she right now she's asking to get her ears pierced. She's been asking me for like the last 2 years, and we've made like a deal, and she's kind of held up her deal. So I'm like, okay. So she wants to get her ears pierced for her birthday. So I'm thinking about it. Yeah. But I've always because obviously having boys, they never asked for the ears pierced, and I think one of them might have the ears pierced now. My 20-year-old Nicholas
Mhm.
might have his ear pierced. I'm not sure, but like I didn't. My uncle asked me to get my ears pierced. I got my one ear pierced, and I didn't like it, so I
Yeah.
just never did it again, and was not into it. So it's always like piercings always never resonated with me. Like I don't see piercings and I go, oh,
Yeah.
I like that. I don't like when like I just never like piercings. So
Yeah.
I didn't think about getting her ears pierced when she was a baby. I didn't think about it. So now she wants her ears pierced, and I'm like worried because you see people get infections. There,
Yeah.
some people's body doesn't like certain kind of metals,
Mhm.
so you can only have like gold or silver or something like
Yeah.
that. So I'm like a little worried about that. But
Just do what they recommend as far as the like stainless steel. That's a go-to one that's not going to break the bank and you don't have to worry about it. I just recently got my oldest ears pierced. Well, not recently. It was like a year and a half ago. Because I'm personally not one for getting their ears pierced as babies. I know people are like, "Oh, well, they don't remember it and so they don't have to go through the pain." But I'm just like, "You know what? She can make that decision when she's older." And she made that decision. So,
I mean, you can obviously tell that I did your name because I had three T's in Twitter. I just noticed that, so I fixed it. So if anybody, it was me.
wow.
You know, it was me.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like Jeremy Miller says here, also guys don't have to deal with periods or pregnancies, so girls usually have it worse. Let me tell you something. I had to take my daughter to the doctor, and when they started telling me some things about her starting her cycle early because of how she was developing and what
Mhm.
I needed to watch out for. I was like, what kind of language are you speaking to me? Like, what are we talking about here? Like, because for a boy, it's simple. It's like
Yeah.
wash it, make
And
sure
I
you're
think
clean.
it's
That's it.
yeah. And it's different because you're a guy and I'm a woman, so it's I guess I already know what to expect
Yeah.
when it comes to raising my daughters, you know? Um and yeah, periods, pregnancy, stuff like that, but my kids are still little, so I don't have to worry about that yet. So but
Yeah.
I know there's going to come the day when my daughters are both on their cycle and all three of us will be at the same time most likely. And just so everyone knows, my youngest, her nickname is Beastie for a reason. So I'm not looking forward to when she gets to that point in her life. Not at all.
That sounds like a great time.
Hmm.
Like, that just sounds amazing.
Oh yeah.
Um, Jeremy Miller, I'm not a parent, but I would feel like girls are more difficult in most cases. They are more synchronized for being petty or acting a certain way in society.
Scrutinized.
Scrutinized. Sorry, I apologize. I'm horrible at reading, so you may have to read sometimes, but I'm horrible. I'm
Oh
like the
gosh.
worst.
Um,
Um,
no, it is true. I feel like there is a higher standard for how girls look and how girls act and stuff like that. But I also feel like those insecurities can start at home. Like if your daughter is, say, on the chunkier side and you're like, "Oh no, you can't wear that because you're not skinny." You know, then it's like she's already feeling that way to where if you boost her confidence at home and you're like, yeah, like if you like whatever it is, wear it. And then what other people say, it still will get to her, but not as much because you've already established a good, like, you built her self esteem at home already.
yeah,
So,
yeah, for sure. There are some things though that I see girls wearing at my son's school, middle school, and I'm just like, yeah, my daughter's not wearing
yeah.
that. I'm not even letting her leave the house like that. Like it is crazy how now how like how as I've gotten older, like and thinking like a father, especially now that I have a daughter. Like when I had just boys, I didn't think about it, but now that I have a daughter and I see how some of the girls leave their homes, I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, you're not leaving like that. Like And she has her friends here and where we live at that they all hang out, and they're all in the like 1 year apart from each other. So
Mhm.
they're gonna go through middle school, high school together. They're gonna all grow up together,
Right.
and I could just tell. Like I'm like, oh god, this group of girls are gonna just be like the worst. Like they remind me of Mean Girls. Like they are like
Oh.
all mean to each other, but they're like mean to each other, and then they all attack like any other person that messes with them. So they're
Oh my
mean to each other,
gosh.
like hanging out with each other. But then when like somebody comes along tries to be mean to one of them, they all get them. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, like
Oh
they're all
man.
just gonna be bad. What age is appropriate to let your son or daughter go to the movies with friends unescorted, then to movies with opposite sex as escorted?
Unescorted.
My unescorted. My funny story. My one of my first dates growing up, which was at the Galleria Mall, which you know about. Um,
Yeah.
no, sorry, it was Delama Mall, not Galleria. I
I know
apologize.
that one too.
But my first date was I was 13 years old, and my dad worked for the movie theater, so he got me tickets to see American Pie, the first one. And I was 13 years old, 13 or 14. But the girl that went with me was only 12, I think. But she lied to me about her age, showed up to the mall with her parents. Parents were like, "What movie you seeing?" I'm like, "We're seeing American Pie." And they're like, "Okay, go have fun."
Oh.
Because she told me she was like my age, and she wasn't. She was like 2 years younger. I think she was still like in middle school, and I was in high school. So it was like I was like all bad.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but her parents brought her to the mall, and they were like, "What movie are you seeing?" I'm like, "Oh, American Pie," and they're like, "Oh, have fun."
Wow.
And
Okay.
rated R movie about sex, about teenage sex,
Yeah.
and sure, okay. So, but yeah, I was 13 when I was going to movies, and when I went with my girl was about 14 years old. But at that time, like I would go with my friends. Like we would
Yeah.
go to movie. Like that was our like that was the thing. Like go to the movies with your friends, hang out, and especially where I lived at, they had the $2 movie theater. So
Mhm.
you would wait till the movie like 2 weeks, and then the movies would end up at the $2 movie theater. It was two
Yeah.
bucks, and then they didn't check your tickets half the time. So you go see one movie and then go to another theater. You see like 3 or 4 movies if
Yeah.
you wanted to, and
Um,
that's what we did.
I think a lot of it depends on like your child's maturity. Like
Yeah,
I can't just say like, "Oh, 13," because like when my sister was 13, super mature, super responsible, getting straight A's, all that stuff. But then my stepdaughter or whatever, same age, definitely not at that maturity level. So, whereas I would trust one to go to the movies with her friends and like be okay, the other I'd be like, I don't think so, not yet.
yeah. Like my son's 13 now, and we let him go to the movies last year with his friends,
Mhm.
which they tried to sneak in to see Scream. Found that out. But I was like, it was so hypocritical of me to like get on them because I was like, oh yeah, I remember like sneaking in to go see, at that time the original Scream, that's
Right?
why it was kind of hilarious because he's like, oh, I'm going to see. I think he was going to go see Creed 3, and I was like, okay.
Okay.
And then like his friends like snitched him out. They're like, yeah, we got caught trying to sneak in the Scream, and I was like thinking in my head, oh yeah, I remember when I snuck in the Scream to
Yeah.
see the original one.
Right?
And oh, and I couldn't so I couldn't really get mad at him because I was like, I did the same thing. Like I remember doing
Yeah.
that at like age 14 or whatever.
Yep.
Compton EMC says 42.
42 is a good one.
Movies and TV raised me. Facts.
Same.
TV
Same.
TV definitely raised me. Movies was a big part of my life. Like I identify a lot of my memories with movies. Like there's certain movies that I identify with that that have certain kind of memories for me.
Yeah.
Um, and so that's how definitely TV movies definitely raised me. I don't know if it's the same for you. I know you're a big
Oh.
more of a movie buff. Are you a TV buff?
I mean, yeah, it's just I feel like it's harder for me to get into TV shows, and especially where like now everything's like streaming platforms. So it's not like how it was when I was even in high school, where it was, okay, the show's coming out and it's on Monday at 8 o'clock, and now it's like, oh, here's a whole season. Or I think like there are certain shows now that's like they will release a new episode every whatever day. But then there's so many things that suck nowadays too. Like movies included. Like nothing's as good as it used to be. So I'm just like, do I even
Very,
want to give it a chance?
very true. Are you a want to watch it all at once, or do you want a week to week?
I think it depends. I think it depends on the type of show. Like, because I can sit there and I can binge watch something and be done with a season in like 3 days. But then there are times where it's like, if there's a lot going on, I want to process it and I don't want to watch it like all at once. So it depends on the type of show.
I am old school. I love week to week. I don't like
Mhm.
binge watching. I binge watch. No, I won't say it. I don't binge watch. Like
Mhm.
when they released Cobra Kai, I was working security. I watched that all in one day. Matter of fact, I watched it in like 3 hours. I think I watched it.
Well,
I
yeah.
think I watched it twice in one day. I watched it in like 3 hours, and it was like. But the thing that what I don't like about binging is, and a lot of people, and Bronny is one of those people that loves to binge. It's like after you finish it, unless you go back, you're done with it. Like today, matter of fact, for example, today I was working, but I wanted something to like listen to while I was working and stuff like that. So I put on like the last episode or a watch along of the last episode of Stranger Things from this
Okay,
last
yeah.
episode, this last season, and watched it, and it was like I got emotional watching it again because of like when spoiler alert, when Max almost dies. Um
Yeah.
and I was like getting like emotional again, but I was thinking this almost came out like a year ago,
Mhm.
and I'm rewatching it. But had it been like one episode a week, this would have lasted a while. But I
Yeah.
watched it in like one day. I think I watched it in like 2 days, and I was like I forgot about it. But now that I
Yeah.
went back and watched it, I was like, oh, okay, now I want to probably watch season 3 again and then
Mhm.
rewatch the season again because it was really good. But I just don't like binging. Like I don't like it. And Bronny, here he comes. You can still watch it week to week if you want. Stop forcing your beliefs on me, sure.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're right. You could watch it week to week, and it would be
but it's
better
right there.
because, yeah, it's right there. I'm like, I want to know what happens next. I want to know right now, and I'm able to find out right now. The biggest thing that sucked about week to week episodes was when they would go on winter break or it was the season finale, and both times they would leave you with a cliffhanger. And you're like, I have to wait 6 weeks to find out if that person really died or not.
Right?
Like,
The winter,
who
you're
did
right.
that
The
to
winter
me?
break, the winter break thing was kind of funny. It was because it was like the episode, it was like the episode before the finale or something like that. And it would like they wouldn't leave you on a cliffhanger, but they wouldn't finish the story, and then you had to get the final episode. And it was like, yeah, it was pretty funny now that I think about it. Like,
I watched a show where the mid-season finale, so like the winter break finale, was one main character killed his brother. So like the bad brother killed the good brother, and I'm just like, that's how you're leaving us? Really? It was the worst thing ever.
yeah, for sure. Um, or when you had to wait a week for every episode. No, I like waiting a week. It was fine.
I can wait a week. I hate the big breaks in between.
Yeah, like Ahsoka. Me and Jay did Ahsoka.
Mhm.
We were going to be doing our final episode on that, but like that, I like that. Like, because you had a chance to talk about it,
Yeah.
theorize, and things like that. When you binge it, it's like, all right, it's there. This happened. I don't even have to theorize. I just watch the next episode,
Yeah.
and I don't get to think about stuff. Like me and Jay theorized about Ahsoka, and that's why our theories were all wrong, but it was
Right.
fun because you came up with scenarios like, oh, this could happen, that can happen, and I like
Yeah.
doing that. when Will low key told the old dude how he felt and didn't pick up the hints and he cried in silence was painful to watch. Oh, when he was telling Mike, yeah,
Yeah.
when he painted the picture and everything like that,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, that was. It's going to be interesting because that's another thing. The strike apparently just ended. I
Yeah.
don't know if you saw the tweet, and I don't know how big are you of a Marvel fan? I know you're a movie
Um,
fan, but how big are you of a Marvel fan?
I've seen all the Marvel majority of the Marvel movies. Okay, I'm not gonna say all because I feel like there's some that have come out like exclusively to Disney Plus that I probably
Mhm.
haven't seen. But I've seen probably 90% of the Marvel movies. I like them. I enjoy them. I'm more of a DC fan, but that's just me.
Oh,
But I
you're
do
about to get hate. You're about to get hate in the
no,
comments because
don't. I don't even care. Don't come at me with all that. Nope. Listen, I have a very good friend, and his nickname for me is Miss Doomer and Gloomer because doom and gloom isn't enough. So yeah,
you are very doom and gloom sometimes. Yes.
all the time. Oh
Okay,
man.
writer's strike ended, but actors still on strike. Well, the tweet that came out today was they casted the Fantastic Four, and once the strike for the actors end, they're going to announce it. So I am super excited because I am a big Fantastic Four fan. I want to see who they cast and if they actually get it right. So hopefully they get it right. That's what I
Yeah.
want. I want. I hope, but we'll see. Um, but since the writer strike ended, and like Brandon says, the actor strike hasn't, they're going to start writing the show. So they're obviously going to start writing Stranger Things for that final season.
Yep.
You know, you're going to get a lot of other shows get written, and then once the actor strike ends, they'll start going to work and we'll start getting
Mhm.
those shows out. Because I know Cobra Kai, I think they already had wrote it though, but Cobra Kai is going to be, I want to see that final series, see that final season because I'm a huge Cobra Kai fan. There's other shows I want to see. I definitely want to see the final season of Stranger Things.
Yes.
You're right. There's not that much TV I like anymore. Like even
Yeah.
movies, like unless I'm really anticipating it, I don't even go to the theater. I'll just wait till it comes out on
Yeah.
a streaming service or um, other ways to watch
Mhm.
movies that just came out. We won't talk about that.
Yep. Nope.
Um,
See. Oh,
wow, she was cute till she
wow.
said that. Just kidding.
Mhm.
Damn,
Okay.
you found the only other DC fan in the world to co-host the show. I am a huge I love DC, and he always kills me for it because I love Marvel. I love Marvel. I know everything about Marvel. But
Yeah.
DC has always been one of my favorite. Like the Flash is one of my favorite heroes. Has
Flash is
always
good.
been.
Yes.
I love Superman. Obviously Batman. I'm a big Green Lantern
Superman.
fan. I like
Superman.
Superman. I like the cartoons,
Get
the
out of
original
here.
cartoons, and the Justice League. I love that Superman.
Get out of here with all that. Oh
I am a
man.
DC. I am a DC fan. Yeah,
There we go.
you don't count Puff.
We all count. All right. We're the only ones that
Yeah.
count.
uh Going back up here, it sucks week to week if they don't renew the show for a season. If they film everything at once, then say they're ending the show, you don't get a conclusion. Yes, they did that with a lot of shows growing up. Go watch the original Spider-Man 90s
Yeah.
cartoon where the last episode is they're gonna go try to find Mary Jane and we never get anything after that. Like
Nope.
now they're coming out with the new, I think it's 97 X-Men, so it's from the X-Men from the 90s, and they're continuing that story. So that's gonna be kind of dope, but I don't know where they're gonna go with it. But I was just throwing it out there. But they finished it because at the end of that season or that last season, Charles Xavier is gonna die. The Shi'ar come and pick him up and they take him, and the X-Men all standing there with Magneto, and he becomes the leader of the X-Men. So I don't know where they're gonna go with after that.
Yeah.
Um, I'm married. I'm here solely for
For
content.
content.
Uh, Honestly, I don't watch much at all anymore. When I had COVID and was lying there, I just binged all 11 seasons of Letter of Kenny, I
Letter
believe.
Kenny.
Yeah, like obviously binging is cool. Like if you're sick or
Yeah.
you're like stuck at home, yeah, like binging stuff is cool. But I'm not a big binger because there's not a lot like Amber said. There's not a lot of TV shows I'm interested in. They usually aren't that good, and
Yeah.
or they're just like meh to me. So if they're meh, why am I gonna watch them unless there's like a couple episodes? Like I don't actually like the first 2 seasons of Stranger Things. I tried to watch them and I got bored of them. I was like, I'm not into them.
I
But
yeah, I mean, I get
the
that.
season 3 and season 4, I love.
Yeah. I'm more likely to binge watch a show that has like more than 3 seasons. Because then I'm like, this is gonna take me, you know, weeks, months to finish. Like Supernatural. Like
One of our favorite TV shows.
yes.
Which Compton replies, "Go back and binge Buffy. Should do it. You know you want to." I actually like Buffy. Let me tell you something. I actually more than Buffy, I actually like the TV show Angel a lot more. Buffy was good. Angel, I loved Angel way more.
Yeah,
Were
I was
you
too
a
young for all
Buffy?
that, so
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's supernatural before supernatural, but more
nothing is
not.
no.
It's. I love supernatural. I love supernatural. Some of the seasons are
My
kind of
child is named Sam for a reason.
Yes,
Oh gosh.
we know. You
Yes.
having bad taste isn't Binger's problem. Sugar. What's going on,
Oh,
Jared?
geez.
I hope you're having a great night. Appreciate you being here, hanging out. If you play the Telltale video games, they release them episodically. You can see, I don't know. You can see what happened. They closed down in the middle of the Walking Dead games and Batman games. Oh yeah. I played the Walking Dead
I
ones.
I don't like those games. Like me personally, I don't know. They're not fun to me.
The Walking Dead ones were cool. Like that, I never played the Batman one, but the Walking Dead ones were cool.
Yeah.
Buffy is more teenage angst
Angst. Yeah,
than Supernatural.
I get enough of that from my One Tree Hill, the OC. Like, yeah, I'll stick with Supernatural for my Supernatural.
One
Do
Tree
not,
Hill.
nope, don't you do it.
Don't
Phoebe
do
was
what?
hot. Talk shit about One Tree Hill.
No, I liked One Tree Hill for a while.
Oh,
And
okay.
then they started killing people for no reason. Phoebe was hot. That was Charmed, which was a great show. Shout out to Hendo because me and Hendo both love Charmed.
I
Charmed
wasn't
is a
sure if he was
great
talking
show.
about Charm or if he was talking about Friends. So I was like, what Phoebe are we talking about here?
Yeah, she's talking about Charmed.
Charm, yeah.
Amber, you're killing me on not liking Telltales.
Look, I'll give one a try, okay? I'll give a Batman one a try because I love Batman, so. Speaking of Batman.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead. I was
No,
gonna
I
ask
mean,
you a
it's not like I
question
was talking or anything.
Sorry.
No, Gotham Knights is free on like the Xbox Game Pass, like PC, Xbox Game Pass, whatever. So I got it and I started playing it because, yeah.
I thought the game was gonna be good. I heard it's okay. I don't think anything's gonna top Arkham Knights or not
Yeah.
Arkham Knights, but the Arkham games.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's gonna top any of the Arkham games. But I am this is funny when I say this. I'm a big Jason Todd fan, huge Jason Todd fan, and
good.
I love the fact that you can play Jason Todd in that game. There's
Yeah.
been very rare games that you can play, like the fighting games you can play as Jason Todd, but it hasn't been like a story game with Jason Todd in it. In the R1 Arkham game, Jason Todd is the bad guy in the game, so like you don't get to really play as him, which sucks. But in this game, you actually get to play as him. You see his trauma because that's you gotta think about it. You were beaten to death and then blown up and then brought back to life.
Right?
That's some trauma for you. That's some trauma
oh
for
my
you.
gosh. Yeah.
No, I was gonna ask you. You said you like Batman. Who's your favorite Batman?
Who's my? Oh, you mean like of the guys who have played Batman?
Yes. There's one right. If she says the wrong answer, everybody, this podcast is over. So you better choose wisely.
Okay, but that's hard because it's like there's my childhood Batman, and then I don't care what you say. Christian Bale was a good Batman.
God damn it! Are you kidding me right now?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
George Clooney? George Clooney.
I like Michael Keaton, but I hate Christian Bale's Batman. I can't stand him
Why do you hate his Batman?
because he's not a good Batman. He's a great
Oh,
Bruce
and
Wayne.
Ben Affleck is so much better.
I didn't say I don't care for Ben Affleck. It was okay.
I mean, we had
do
Val
not
Kilmer.
encourage her.
Thank you. We had Val
not
Kilmer,
encourage.
we had Michael Keaton, we had Clooney, we had Bale, we had Affleck, and freaking sparkling vampire Robert Pattinson.
I didn't even care for that movie.
It was okay.
I'll keep him in Twilight. I do like watching Twilight. I'll pop that on every once in a while. Kevin Conroy, yeah.
Okay, yeah, animated, yeah.
Yeah, Clooney was definitely weird casting.
Definitely.
I like Val Kilmer as Batman, but to me, it's Michael Keaton. It's Michael Keaton movie Batman. Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne was great. His Batman, I hate it. I couldn't stand his Batman. And it's really not him. It was the writing of how Nolan did his Batman. I didn't care for.
Yeah,
I a lot of people that say the Dark Knight and all those. I don't think it's the best trilogy at all. I don't even think it's the best comic book movie. People are like, "Oh, it's the best comic book movie ever." No.
It's the best DC, but that's just because DC doesn't have the funding like Marvel does.
They could do better. But everything they put out is just not. It's just not. The stories are not good. They're trying to rush it too much. They're trying to do Marvel. They're trying to get to Marvel's pace, and it's not going to happen.
No, you're right. You're right.
They have to start. You got to just build. You got to build because you got to remember when Marvel came out, like the Iron Man. Iron Man wasn't the greatest movie. It made decent money, but it wasn't great. Then you have Thor. People think the Thor movies are not good at all. Captain America: First Avenger is one of my favorite movies, but people say that's the worst Captain America movie. So they had bad movies, and then they put them all together.
Okay, the movies themselves weren't bad. I think it's more so people who are really fans of the comics and the characters that like kind of critique, certain details, and they're the ones that get more upset.
True. I mean, when you're a fan of certain things, it's for me. I don't mind them changing things if it makes sense. They've changed a lot about Marvel. The way Marvel, they changed a lot of how the stories are, and that's fine. But it has to make sense. What DC has done is they've changed things, and then it doesn't make sense, and then they try to like fix it, and that doesn't make sense, and then you just run into more problems, and then you're not really making good movies by the way. So then you're not like, I wanted Flash to be good. I thought Flash was going to be good. And the direction they went with you doing Flashpoint in that movie was like, all right, cool. And they just didn't do a good job. Like, to me, the movie was fine. To other people hate it.
The only
it's not
reason
good.
I was excited, and I still haven't watched it, but the only reason why I even wanted to watch The Flash was because they brought back OG Batman. So I was like, all right, I have to watch it.
Yes, definitely. Yes. Let's check out the chat. Where's the trigger? What's up, Justin? Haven't seen you in a while, man. Hope you're doing well. But you like the Flash, chick, so what are you talking about here? I did like the Flash. I liked it. Everyone else is the one that hated it. Flash had nothing to do with funding. I don't think it's funding was the issue. I think it's just how they were making the movies, the story they were trying to tell, but they were trying to tell it too quick. And I think that's the issue that DC's been having.
But the thing is, like you said, Marvel can come out with movies that aren't that great, and they'll still continue with the storyline.
Yeah.
Like, they're still going to have the budget for the next 3, 4, 5 movies.
I think also people are like forgetting, like, a lot of these early Marvel movies were barely making over what they were made with, the budget or whatever. They weren't making tons of money. They were just making it maybe a little bit more. It wasn't until they started doing the big crossovers that
Mhm.
the movie started making, all this money, and then obviously it just built up. And I think we're just spoiled now because like every movie
That's
we
true.
think, oh, it's going to be this big, spectacle, and then it's not, and people are like, oh, it's not good, and it's like,
Yeah.
because Marvel's had duds. I
Yeah.
Captain Marvel is one of my daughter loves that movie, but people say it's not a really, it's like one of the lowest Marvel movies out there, but it made money,
I
so
haven't seen that
making money
one.
can, it's okay. I mean, girl, my daughter loved it. She wanted to watch it. My daughter's actually her favorite movie is Black Panther. She loves
Nice.
Black Panther. She wants to watch that movie
Nice.
all the time. Um, and but she likes Captain Marvel, and Captain Marvel wasn't a moneymaker. It made a good amount, but it wasn't, a great moneymaker. But the thing is though, is they have a story, they know where they're going, and even if the movie isn't receptive well, they don't I think the problem with Flash was they try to shove too much into that and make it complex, and
Yeah.
that's why it caused people not to like it because there's so much going on when you should have just, you didn't have to do an origin story, but you could have just done, okay, here's a villain, here's Flash, boom, that's the first movie. Here's the second movie. Now by the third movie, here's where the Flashpoint. If you know anything about Flashpoint, this is where Flashpoint happens.
Yeah.
That's how you build up to it. And I just don't think DC was so behind the Marvel that they were
Yeah.
trying so hard to catch up, and it just didn't work out.
Yep.
Um, it's the best because of supporting characters. Heath was great. Who's your best Joker? Heath, Nicholas, or Phoenix? I'll tell you this, and people may get mad at me. Heath, to me, Joker was really overrated. I didn't care for him. He was okay. Wasn't
Yeah.
and I'll say this, and people may get mad. I think a lot of people overrate his Joker because he had passed before the movie
Yep.
came out.
Definitely.
Um, so I think if he had still been alive, his Joker was good, but it wasn't this like great masterpiece. Like he's good, like his acting's good, but to me, I feel like Mark Hamill's Joker, in the cartoon, or Nicholas's Joker is my favorite. Phoenix's Joker is just a different universe, and I
Yeah.
want to see where they go with that because they are making a second movie to that, and I believe Lady Gaga's playing Harley Quinn, so I
Mhm.
want to see where they go with that and how they introduce it. It was a very interesting movie. If you took the DC element out of it, it was a movie about a crazy guy that just went nuts.
Right.
So like
Yeah.
if you took the Joker element out of it, that's what the movie was. But it's gonna be interesting to see where they go with it. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of that's something I want to see, and I would go to the movies and see it. Brandon Bucks, so many things to say. Well, you got something to say? Say it. Cough cough. Jared Leto's Joker. Cough cough.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, we're missing a Joker here, but yeah.
Were you a big fan of Jared Leto's Joker?
I mean, my thing, it's like so many people like it because it's like, oh, he's hot. And I'm just like, that I don't care about that. Like, I care more about like, are you portraying the Joker as the Joker? Like, I'm not trying to sexualize you over here. I just want you to be a crazy ass like lunatic.
But people like that. And they like to sexualize crazy
Yeah, it's like
lunatics.
how every girl was freaking Harley Quinn for Halloween back when Suicide Squad came out.
I'm going to anime series with the answer to only one real Joker left. Yeah, Mark Hamill's Joker
Yeah,
has always been the best.
yeah.
I'm overworked and in school, but survive. I hope you're good, man. Yeah, I hope you're doing good too. Um, I know I see a couple people from the Schmodown community here. I am thinking about doing a reunion show with some people to talk Schmodown, so look out for that. Just want to throw that out there. Let me know if you're interested. I feel like I was the only one hyped for the first Iron Man movie when it was coming out. I was hyped for Iron Man,
Yeah.
but
Oh
I
yeah.
knew a lot of people didn't know about Marvel Comics, so it was like at that time I thought it was just gonna be another Spawn or be Blade. I knew about Blade from because of the Spider-Man animated series and the comic books and stuff like that. So when that movie came out, which it was still a dope movie, um, I thought people weren't going to go see it because they didn't know about it. So, but I was
Yeah.
hyped for it. I was definitely hyped for it. Thor: The Dark World. since Endgame. Thor: The Dark World made more sense. People didn't like that movie. And then Endgame happened, and people were like, "Oh, well, now that makes a lot more sense." Or, they fixed some things. So, also the CGI, those babies in Flash. Yep. Phoenix's Joker is nice, but hearing Heath Joker say "Why so serious" gets me every time. Okay.
Yes, same.
My biggest issue is they tried to portray like a white gangster that never made any sense to me. Jared Leto's, yeah,
Yeah.
but there are some cool like that scene where she like chases him on the bike, and
Yeah.
and he's telling her like, would you die for me? She's like, yes, and he's like, would you live for me? And then she like jumps
Yeah.
into acid. And that's a crazy woman right there, jumping into
Yeah. Yeah.
acid.
Oh my gosh.
I've never heard anyone say Jared Leto's Joker is good.
Joker's good.
I think there were some cool things. I didn't have a
It
problem
was
with it.
different, but it's not like my favorite Joker. It wasn't like
I
wow.
know Bronny will hate this. When they did who's the guy that made Justice League? Zack Snyder. When he came back and did like his re-release, even though he said he had already filmed it and then refilmed stuff, when he had the Joker in that, I actually liked that. And Joker messing with Ben Affleck and bringing up how he killed Robin and all this
Yeah.
stuff. I like that. That was dope. But Carmel Mountain says it. Leto was never given a full-fledged opportunity. He was only given small bits. Maybe if he was a full antagonist, people would feel differently. Yeah, I don't think they gave him his full time, and maybe they could have, and people would feel different. But GI Joe movies or Ninja Turtle movies? Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah, GI Joe movies, and they're remaking them. They've been put into the Transformers universe. Spoiler alert: if you haven't seen the new Transformers movie, GI Joe was dope when we heard it was going to come out, and it was a horrible movie. They're horrible movies.
Yeah.
So Ninja Turtles, all the movies were good, and even the newer ones. The first one was kind of dope. The second one was kind of when they introduced Rocksteady Bebop, Krang, and all that stuff. It was okay,
Yeah.
but the first one of the new ones were pretty dope. But the original ones, those are my childhood. Those could never go wrong. So I love this one. Wesley Snipes' Blade needs to get his flowers before this new Blade drops. Hopefully he's gonna make it. Hopefully he makes a cameo. Hopefully that's what I want. I want to see a
That'd be
cameo
awesome.
of him in there. In reference to the Schmodown reunion. Bronny would hate that. Bronny loves the Schmodown. I will defend Blade Trinity. I don't care what anyone says. I enjoy that movie for how bonkers that movie is. That movie had some great one-liners. You had Ryan Reynolds, Jessica Alba, Wesley Snipes. Like that movie was like destined to be great, and then it just went to hell. Like they just did the opposite.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is funny as hell in that movie. And the both first two Blade movies were really good, and it just dudded the third one, and it sucks that they did that because I really did like that. Did you see the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies? Yes, I did. I saw the first one. I did see the second one, but I didn't care for it too much. Like I was excited where they were going because you were getting Casey Jones, you were getting Rocksteady and Bebop, you were getting Krang, you're getting all these elements from the TV show, and then they kind of butchered them. So I was like, okay. But I'll give it a rewatch and see how I feel. Yeah, sorry, Jessica Biel, not Jessica Alba.
That's
My
right.
bad.
I was
Jessica Biel. I
Biel.
apologize. Yes, it was not Alba. Jessica Alba was Sue Storm. That's who I was thinking of. Wow, crazy how every DC character movie has an excuse why they weren't good enough. I hate DC. Margot Robbie needs to continue playing Harley for the upcoming DC movies. I know Lady Gaga is going to be in the new Joker one. I don't know who. Again, once we hear from Zack Snyder, who I know they might have cast as Superman already. We don't know who if Affleck's staying, Ben staying Batman or not. But we will see. Yes, it did have Triple H in it. I believe the new Blade has been canceled. Has it been canceled? We'll have to look. Well, maybe that'll be on our next time we do a podcast to talk about it. Because I don't know if it's been canceled. Mahershala Ali. I haven't looked. Let's see. You look that up. Which went further downhill, Blade or Underworld? Underworld got. Have you ever watched Underworld? Do you know what that movie is?
Yes.
Did you watch all of them?
Yes, all of them. Yes.
They kind of went in a weird direction when they started splicing lichens and vampires.
Yep.
That was kind of weird, but they were dope. Like it was like a dope storyline and everything like that. But they did
it
go a
was
little too far.
different. Yeah. I don't know. I enjoy Blade better. That's just me though. Oh, man.
It just says that Blade is Blade canceled. Blade was slated to release November 3rd, 2020. However, it was later pushed to September 20. So it just says it keeps getting pushed, but it's not canceled, Buck. So maybe if you let me know. It's going through another rewrite, but Blade might get canceled. Okay. So it might get canceled, not canceled yet. I believe they already cast Superman and Lois. Yeah, I believe they cast Superman. I don't know about Lois. But I believe they cast Superman. But I know James Gunn's probably going to redo the whole thing. Blue Beetle just came out. I don't know if it made money, but it got some positive reviews, but didn't. I don't know if it made a lot of money, so we'll see what happens with that if they keep that in there. I think at this point you just scrap everything. It sucks, because we're getting you got Blue Beetle, the first live action Latino, movie and things like that. But you got to do something.
Yeah.
You gotta do something. First watched Underworld on Sci-Fi Channel before the channel they changed it to
that spelling.
Yeah. I'm so bad at that. How do you feel about the Hunger Games coming back without Jennifer Lawrence? I was not a big Hunger Game person. I didn't watch it. No.
I watched all of them. I read the books, watched all of them. And I don't know. I mean, I feel like eventually at some point, if you're going to want to continue with the series, you have to retire old characters and introduce new ones. So it's just part of life. Oh, man.
Who's this?
David.
What's that last name?
That name. That name.
Yeah. They're the new they are the new Superman and Lois, but it won't come out until 2025. Okay.
So it just keeps getting pushed back.
James Gunn has said he's carrying over Blue Beetle, Amanda Waller, and Peacemaker in the new DC. Okay. Well, glad to see he's keeping Blue Beetle. We have went way off topic. We started talking about movies and things. And we'll kind of start. Hunger Games has more than run its course.
Yeah, no, it definitely has.
Again, I didn't read the books. Like it wasn't. I didn't care for it.
So, like with a lot of things, I will watch it just because I read the book. I'm not saying they should have been made into movies and like, oh, they're great or anything like that. It's nice to see what I imagine in my head and see how it's portrayed on screen. But Hunger Games, the first one was good, and then after that, I'm just like, okay, I'm only watching it because I've read the books.
Yeah. Were you a big Game of Thrones person?
I wasn't. I've never watched it. I've tried to watch it. I've gotten through like a few episodes, and I'm just kind of like, there's just too much information being thrown at me, and I'm lost.
Yeah, I didn't care for it, and I watched a couple episodes. Wasn't the only thing that was dope about it was the red wedding. And if you haven't seen that, we should do a reaction to that. We should actually do a reaction to that. Red wedding wasn't. Other than that, I didn't care for. It's the same with at the time Stranger Things. It was the same thing where I just didn't care for it. there's a couple other shows where all these people are into them, and I'm just like, I
Yeah.
don't really care. It's not my thing. John Cena is a great Peacemaker. I haven't watched Peacemaker. I haven't really been into it. The origin story of President Snow is a bit interesting, but I don't know how much I care. Okay.
There are just things where I get invested and I can't not watch it. So I'm gonna end up watching and reading whatever comes out next.
First off, hell no, because I hate Halloween. I hate Michael Myers. I am deadly afraid of Michael Myers.
Oh, that's why you hate it. It was because he's so good. Because it's
No,
amazing.
no, I hate it. The Hollywood
No.
franchise license is up for sale. Would you reboot the movie franchise or take it to TV as a series? I mean, they tried to reboot it with Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
And then they did this whole new where they're like, oh, remember those like 5 movies that came after the original Halloween? Yeah, those aren't
Scrap it. Yep.
You know, we scrapped all of it. That's not her sister. That's not his sister. I thought it was, but it was kind of weird, like the story of like, oh yeah, that's his sister, but he killed his other sister. Like it was all jumbled.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
What was it? The third movie had nothing to do with it.
Nope.
Had just something to do with the mask.
Personally, I'd rather see them do neither. Everything new that they try to reboot, whether it's a TV show or a new series of movies that they're trying to redo, they fail. So just leave the classics alone. Don't touch them.
Yeah. That's why I watch things with subtitles so I can keep up with the information.
I watch everything with subtitles.
But Jeremy, here's the problem: I can't read, as you can see throughout the night. I'm a horrible reader. A24 is rumored to buy the Halloween franchise, but I know you don't care, Suge. Peacemaker is so good. Peacemaker is the best thing Cena has done so far in his career. He's done some good, funny movies. The Parent movie he did was pretty funny. Bazuzu was pretty funny. I mean, those are not. He wasn't like a main character, but he's done some good stuff. I think but I understand where you're coming from, Jeremy. We're going to go to skip. We're just gonna skip the WWE Championship, right? Disrespectful. Now you were saying how you read the Hunger Games books. One of the things we're going to try to do is when we do the podcast is talk about books you're reading or books you recommend. I know some of the books you read though are kind of they're more of adult for adults.
Some? You mean like all?
There you go. Okay, well, I was trying to be nice and be like, "Oh no, she reads, some appropriate ones," but apparently you don't.
Yeah.
What are you currently reading right now, or what kind of books? What book are you reading as of now?
I have a train going by, so that's fun. They're referred to as dark romance. Okay, get it right.
Sex books.
There's also murder and other stuff, so it's not just that. I'm currently reading one that's called Wretched, and it's part of a collection of books, and each book is loosely based off of like a fairy tale. Like I read one that was The Lion King. They weren't lions, they were humans, okay? Let's just get that out there. They were human form. Peter Pan, where it was Hook and Wendy. Wretched right now, it's a Wizard of Oz type of.
Wait. It was Wendy and Hook hooking up.
Yeah, she's not a child. She's a grown adult. He's not the super old man. But it's like
this is getting weird.
No, but it's good. It's like okay, Hook is like wants revenge because somebody killed his like parents and his little sister when he was a kid, and he thinks it was her father, so he's trying to get close to her in order to get to her father and kill her father. But like then it turns out, oh no, it wasn't her father, it was actually his uncle, and yeah.
But they're still hooking up.
It's not weird. They're of consent age. It's not weird.
All I think about is the Disney movies when you say that. I don't even. That's
Well, the Lion King, it was Scar and Mufasa's chick. I can't think of her name. Not Nala, but the mom.
oh God, what is her name?
I can't think of her name. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I'm doing Wretched right now. Robbie's or something.
Sarabi.
But right now I'm doing Wretched, where the Wicked Witch and Dorothy are actually sisters, and they're like involved in the mafia type thing, and there's this dude who's like part of like FBI, CIA type thing, and he's like undercover, and I don't know. Yeah, I'm like on chapter like 5 or something.
But the male lion breeds all the females, so I mean, yeah, that makes sense. But hooking up with Wendy,
it's not.
Where's
weird.
Peter Pan at?
So Peter's actually Wendy's dad in the book. His name is Peter Michaels because there was Michael and John and Wendy.
Yeah.
So,
the story of Peter Pan is kind of dark. I don't know if you know the story of it.
Yes.
I don't know if you know the story about it, but it's kind of dark. It's one of my favorite movies, though. One of my favorite Disney movies. Get yourself together, Jeremy. Eroticas.
I guess, sort of. It's dark romance, and these ones that I'm reading aren't even that bad. Like, I literally read a book where this girl gets kidnapped, basically, and is being trained to be sold into sex trafficking. So, like, that was way more dark than.
Whoa! Hold up. So is Peter sliding in Tinkerbell? Hey.
Oh yeah, Tinkerbell. Yeah, Tinkerbell. Tink is her nickname. Was his assistant, and they're like hooking up on the side.
Well, we all knew that was happening.
So yeah.
What kind of bookstores are you going to? the ones that have the 3 X's across.
Listen, I have a bag from Barnes and Nobles full of 6 books that I just got. So
wait, how did we get here? There's no
my fault.
Here.
My bad.
And now I'm thinking about Robin Williams and Hook.
It's so bad. Oh, that's
the
so
mafia
bad.
Pause.
Hey, that's
Hook is hooking up. Yep, sure is.
Yep.
Okay, so these are books you're reading. Do you? I know you said that you had like a book log, or is it the same as like TV logs where you like log what you read or anything like that?
Oh, so I have like an app where I do log what I read.
Okay. How many books do you read a year or a month, or what's your like average books?
Well, it depends on the length of the book. Like, I have books that are
She's gonna pull a book
like
out and
this.
just a naked chick.
There's nothing naked. Okay, but there's a book that's like this long, and then I have a book that's like this long. Focus.
Icebreaker.
Yeah, but it's like there's a big difference in size. So it depends on how big the book is.
That is what she said.
Stop. Oh gosh.
So how many books do you read like a month?
2 to 3.
Okay. So you're a pretty avid reader.
Yeah. I just got back into reading like this year. So but yeah.
I've never got back into reading. So
well, I've always read. I just kind of what's the app? Give me a second. Oh, which one do I actually use? Because I have like 5 of them. Storygraph. I think that's the main one I use. Or is it this one? I think it's Storygraph.
There you go. There's a bunch of apps on there. As a writer myself, former, I knew Tink was getting tapped.
Of course.
I mean, it's obvious. Have you not watched the movie Hook? Like, she's getting tapped by somebody. We don't know who, but it's somebody. You know, it's either Peter Pan or
Hook. Who knows? One of the Lost Boys.
You should definitely read read one for Bronny's book club. Brian,
Yeah.
absolutely, we should have Bronny read a dark romance for his book club. And watch him and Ferris try to like talk about it. It would be hilarious.
That would be funny.
Now we did mention, and now because Suge said that's what she said, my mind jumped to Scott's thoughts. If you have ever seen the episode of The Office, so do yourself a favor. The book is over because fuck y'all.
Wow, they're not bad.
Ferris would blush. Ronnie gets so angry. Now, besides books, I had mentioned it earlier. We do both play video games.
Yes.
Right now, I know you one of the games. Matter of fact, real quick, I just want to play this for Brody real quick. And let's see if you can recognize this. I'll lower it just a little bit though. So on the Still Conspiracy, we had a segment called STV Talk.
Dude, I love that game.
But everybody kept saying that sounds like an STD.
I mean, yeah.
But you do play Stardew Valley. And you're like you're Miller. STV Talk, yep. No, Amber, I started a book club and none of these motherfuckers read the book.
I'm in like 3 book clubs, so
you got to convince Ferris to join. He was in the book club supposedly. Dude, that was good.
Every book club I try to join, they end up just like not continuing. I'm just like, okay.
I won't join a book club because I can't read. I literally
I could tell.
Ronnie was like, you're gonna join the book club? Thanks. Wow, that's rude.
No, we just need to find you an audio version, okay?
Perfect. I'll listen all day.
Oh God.
But you play Stardew Valley.
Yes.
You also I know you were playing Starfield. What other games are you currently playing?
Gotham Knights, Fortnite, of course.
Why
that's
play that
right now. Yeah, I know.
We both say the stupid thing where we said we're not gonna play ranked, we're just gonna play regular, and now we're both playing rank all the freaking time.
Yep.
Yeah. I told you I think I had was like the East Coast. Yeah, I was streaming the other day, and every time I landed like 4 or 5 times and just would be dead in like 10 seconds. Like I wanted to break my controller because I was so angry. Getting controller. My fingers. Compton will tell you he'll yells me all the time. Use keyboard and mouse. My hands. I have short, stubby hands. These are only good for 2 things. Okay.
Short, stubby hands.
Yeah. My hands don't bend like it anymore, like they used to.
Oh yeah, my hands do this stupid thing.
The hell's that? What are you doing? You throwing up gang signs?
My fingers are broken. Okay.
How'd you break your fingers? What the hell?
I didn't break them. I'm kidding. Like, I don't know what's wrong with my hands. They just do the stupid thing.
It was the easiest book to read, Jay. They had an audio version and still failed.
Oh, wow.
If I put an audio version on anything, I immediately fall asleep. I know I can listen to audio stuff. That's how I can listen to stuff. Need to use your finger enlargement pills. I need to do what Kenny Pickett did. He stretched his hands. He went from an 8-inch to 8.5.
Fuck.
So I need to get those braces and get them. Get my hands bigger. I can barely sit down to do my much needed homework, but I read it here and there. Okay, there you go. Have you seen a doctor about that, Amber?
No. It's a thing. It doesn't do it all the time.
Sometimes. Does it sometimes?
When I like try to do it, I can do it, but it doesn't do it all the time.
Well, I know you said this in one of my streams. Can you name off the systems you have right now currently?
Oh gosh. Okay. Super Nintendo, GameCube, N64, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. I have 2 Nintendo Switches, 1 Nintendo Switch Lite, um, a Wii. Actually, I have 2 Wiis. Um, PlayStation, PS2, PS3, PS4, PS4 Pro, PS5, Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox Series, whatever the fuck it is. Sega Genesis, Dreamcast, and I actually found out that I still have my old Atari at my grandma's house. So yeah,
Do
there's
you have
that.
any games for it?
Yeah, it's all in a box. No, I'm not selling it.
What is it? No, I was just like, what games would you have for an Atari?
I don't even know.
Pong. That's the
Yeah.
only game I remember. Pongs. There was Indiana Jones and I think Superman are the only games I remember for an Atari.
Oh man.
All of the video game products. She
Listen, okay. I was a very lonely child, okay? And so my family, my grandma mostly, was just like, here, sit here and play video games and just let your mom do whatever she's doing. So I had all the systems.
But you never sold any.
No, why?
I'm the worst. I sell everything. I get stuff and I sell them, and then I go back and buy them like right away.
Yeah.
Like my cameras. I gave a camera, 2 cameras, 1 camera I sold, and it gave a camera array. And now I'm possibly buying another camera because I want to have 2 cameras now, which I don't know why I need it, but that's how I am. As buyer.
Oh man. You just like spending money.
Speaking of spending money,
Oh god.
and then I know we're getting into the 2-hour mark, so we're gonna try to cut it soon. But we were having this conversation when I was streaming about buying skins, buying in-game content. I am the worst when it comes to those because I will say I'm not going to spend any money. You can grind it for free, or you can, because you kind of do that. You'll play the battle pass, earn the V-Bucks in Fortnite, and then just rebuy the battle pass when the new one comes. So you don't actually pay money out of your pocket. Me, on the other hand, I'll buy the battle pass, waste all my V-Bucks on skins, then have no more V-Bucks and be like, well, I got to get the new battle pass when it comes out and spend another $40. I was thinking about it today. There was a game on the phone, and it was like a Final Fantasy. It wasn't a Final Fantasy game, but it fought like that. But you built a team, and then you would fight other people, and like you could level up. But if you grind it, you would get the certain coins or whatever. I think or something, and you can get better characters, and then you can fuse characters, or you spend like $3 and you can get the fusing thing and just fuse your characters and advance right away. Well, I used to, because I had AT&T at the time, you can put it on your phone bill. I think I wasted probably like $150 on that stupid game.
Oh my.
Hearthstone. I definitely probably spent almost $200-$300 buying packs or paying for stuff in Hearthstone. Magic the Gathering, if you know, I have spent so Ronnie has given me $20 to buy gems just to play Magic the Gathering. I spent so much money on that damn game.
Wow.
Summoners War, maybe it was Summoners War. I forgot, but the cool thing that was so dope about it was you had, if you got certain characters together, the way they attacked would cause another character to trigger, so you can combo off and like kill your opponent in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It was a dope game. I forgot what game. I had to look, but it looked like it had like a very anime feel to it. But you would you do your dailies, you get your whatever coins, whatever, and then you can do your dailies, and then you can fight, and you can challenge people, and then that's how you can grind it. But I would just buy and do my guys and spend so much money. So god damn it. Yeah.
It's like every time
we're on the Summoners War on mobile. Okay.
It's like every time we're on Fortnite, you have like new dancing emotes. I'm just like, I don't even have that. And you've been playing for like 2 months, or I don't know how long it's been, but whatever.
Yeah, as soon as I see something new, I'm like, sure, I'll go
Purchase.
put $20 in V-Bucks.
Oh my gosh, you're insane.
Like, sure, let's buy some more dancing emotes. Like, anybody sends me, stream elements or anything, sure, that's going to Fortnite. and Apex is worse. Like, actually, Apex, I didn't spend that much money on Apex. I more grinded that one. But Fortnite has been worse because I bought the battle pass and then I saw some skins I wanted. I got mad because I spent money on the stupid pie swords. I shouldn't have done it because they're stupid. But I thought they were cool and I thought it was gonna be cool in my skin. And yeah, so now I'm stuck with them.
I have purchased 2 skins.
No, but you're paying for the thingy, the crew thing.
No, yeah, I get okay, yeah, no, but I'm saying like outside of Battle Pass, outside of the crew thing, I have purchased 2 skins, and that's it.
Which ones?
There's a hamburger one. It was my sister. She calls me hamburger. So the hamburger one, and then the Harley Quinn one.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Jay, I should do a stream on more. So Jay, you know what made me mad? So I was telling her this earlier. Yesterday, I signed into my Epic on my computer, and I realized I have the Mando skin on there, but I can't freaking use it on my new account. Like, I'm so angry that I have a Mando skin and I can't freaking use it. And I think I have a bunch of other stuff because I think my son even said something like that. He's like, Dad, he's like, you have a bunch of skins that were exclusives, and I can't even use them. So I got to sign into that. How do you feel about Activision taking all the COD Warzone skins away and making you buy new ones for Warzone 2, one Warzone 2 one off, or do you see the other companies doing this? I mean, are they taking them off permanently, or if you have them already, you get to keep them? Like, if they're just taking them off permanently, you have to rebuy everything, or you have to figure out, or they're not going to offer those skins anymore. That's kind of shitty. So a lot of people grind it. A lot of people spend money on that. If you have them and you're allowed to keep them, then I don't see. I mean, and they're just going to charge people. I mean, that's always happened. Like any game, I remember I have Arkham City. I had bought it from GameStop, and I got like exclusive skins where it was like the Batman from the animated show, Batman Beyond, and everything like that. And I always got to keep them, and they don't offer those skins anymore. I don't even know if I can get to them anymore because my GameStop. I don't know if I have it anymore, but yeah, they are. There's some skins you just can't get anymore. So I don't know what they're actually doing with that. And Compton says Microsoft can't own Activision Blizz. Microsoft can't own Activision Blizz soon enough. Yeah. Oh yeah, Microsoft is buying, and I know PlayStation and Microsoft have agreed to like leave COD where you can play it on PlayStation and Xbox. Because that was like a big thing. If Microsoft got it, were they going to pull it from PlayStation? So apparently, they're not. So, after the stream, y'all should slide right into the Ahsoka review. That is happening on Wednesday. We are doing the Ahsoka review on Wednesday. So make sure if you've watched Ahsoka, come hang out. We're going to be doing that. Me and Jay are going to be doing that. I also going to be doing a review of Loki, trying to get that tied down. Got a lot of other stuff coming up. So make sure to keep an eye out. Follow me on Twitter. We'll plug all that before we get out of here. Let me see. Oh, that was the wrong button. So how are you feeling? This is our first show. I think we've talked about doing 2 of these a month. Maybe if more people want to watch, we may do 3, but we're going to start off with 2. This is you've done podcasting before, but this is your first live on screen.
Yeah.
How'd you feel? Was it fun? Was it nerve
It was
wracking?
fun. I was nervous in the beginning just because I'm a nervous person. Um, but it was fun. Like me and you have known each other for a while, so talking to you is like on here. It's like talking to you outside of here. So yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and like I said, we're definitely gonna be doing this consistently. We're gonna try to do it, like I said, probably every other Friday, but we are gonna be earlier. So I know right now a lot of people. It is 10:30, so it's like 2 o'clock. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning for you guys, close to two.
Yes.
So we're not gonna keep you up late much longer. But we're gonna try to do it earlier. If there's subjects or topics you want us to cover, let us know. I'll try to do the community tab as much as I can. I'm fairly new at using that. But if there's topics you want us to talk about, subjects, let us know. I am going to try to get some guests on with us, gamers, um, obviously people that some people that talk sports, some people that talk life, things like that. We're going to try to get guests on. Um, but it's really nice to have someone to talk to who has different opinions. Obviously, we spent it was funny because what we had originally planned, we'd even talk about, and we talked about movies and Marvel movies and DC.
Yep.
So this is how this show is going to go. We're not always going to stick to plan, but we're going to make a concerted effort to talk about the things you guys want to talk about. If you're asking questions in the chat, we're going to try to talk about those things, and keep you want to talk about certain things, keep put it in the chat, donate, things like that. Everything goes back into the stream, getting equipment, things like that. So it was really fun. Really appreciate everybody that showed up. Shout out to everybody. There's a lot of people that showed up. I appreciate all of you showing up.
Mhm.
Amber, before we get out of here, let everybody know where they can. Obviously, they see it there, but let everybody know where they can follow you on Twitter and Twitch and see when you're up streaming.
Well, first of all, my Twitter is actually just Amber33. So there's that. But my
I told
Twitch
you,
is
I'm the one that wrote it, so you know it was fucked up from the beginning.
yeah, but my Twitch is just Amber3. So you can find me
Why
there.
didn't you just
I
add?
have
Why didn't you just add extra 3 to the Twitch? What happened?
because I try to get just Amber3 for everything, but then somebody will have it. I'm just like, fine, 33. Like,
All right. I mean,
leave me
what's
alone.
funny is no, because on my Twitch it's Suge Knight 1323, but everything else is Suge Knight 323.
Yeah.
And I had to put the one because we used to do the podcast with LGR, they took over it and the name got changed. And so I can't get 323 back. And I have tried like crazy to get it back.
Damn.
And I just can't get it back. So it's 1323, which is
Yep.
irritating because every time I plug it, I keep forgetting the one.
The one.
But everyone can follow you on Twitter, which is just Amber33,
Yes.
and on Twitch, just Amber3.
Yes.
And make sure to go follow her. She is trying to get to 50 followers on Twitch. You are at 20, 12,
I'm at like 13.
13. So we got to get her 33 more followers. So when she goes and streams, when she's able to retweet, try to get it out there, have people come follow her. She is a lot better than me at Fortnite. She plays Stardew Valley. You play a lot of other games on Twitch.
Gotham
So.
Knights. Well, I'm gonna start playing Gotham Knights because I just got it. I played it a little bit, but I'm gonna start playing that. I'm also gonna start being more consistent with my streaming on Twitch. So that'll be fun.
There you go. So make sure for everybody to follow her. Have Ferris on the next episode. Have 2 hour stream about Taylor Swift. I would love to get Ferris on the show. I will ask him. Sometimes he works. He's a busy man, but I will ask him to come on with us and we'll talk and we'll just sit here and yell at each other like we used to do. And you guys will love it because that's what we do. You don't need more equipment, Sugar. I always need more equipment. I'm going to buy more. This was fun. Good to see you, Amber. Appreciate it, Jeremy Miller. The last time I followed someone on Twitch that you recommended, it didn't end well.
Wow.
Appreciate it, Bronny. You always support people that I tell you to follow and then regret it at the end.
Oh man.
My name is Suge Knight 323. You can follow me there on Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and Suge Knight 1323 on Twitch. I said that too many times. YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter, Suge Knight 323. Suge Knight 1323 on Twitch. You can follow me there. We will definitely be putting out more content on this channel. Don't forget, Sunday I am doing a watch along with Hendo for the Steelers Ravens game. Tuesday is Steel Conspiracy with Bronny, and then Wednesday our watch along and review of Ahsoka with Mr. J the Sixth. So make sure to come hang out if you are a fan of sports, Star Wars, or watching me cry on Sunday. You'll definitely, because I think I'll be, once I jump on with Hendo, I'll be able to stream it to my Twitch. So you can watch me cry all day Sunday, because we'll probably get your ass kicked. I'm not looking forward to it. Appreciate everybody hanging out. Compliments. He says, by the way, Tapper went from fuck Taylor Swift to being a Swiftie now that she's dating a Chief. Compton's wife, Tapper, great woman, is also a Chiefs fan. She's been a Chiefs fan since forever. She has all kinds of Chiefs stuff in her house. So shout out to Tapper. I hope you're doing well. Shout out to my nieces, Compton's daughters. I hope you're doing well. He has 3 daughters. So he's living in the house with 4 women.
Good luck.
I feel bad for Compton sometimes. And he's a white guy named Compton. That's what's more funny.
Oh, wow.
Well, he was an EMT in Compton, so that's just,
Gotcha.
hilarious. You would think different. Anything else you want to say before we get out of here, Amber?
No, this is fun. I look forward to doing it again.
Definitely. Later, everybody. Hope you have a good night. Appreciate everybody being here. Talk to y'all later.